The group of local peace activists was arrested. Today, a judge heard the charges against them. WFMZ's Jocelyn Mose has that story.
Their project is peace, and on January 20th, members of the Lehigh-Pocono Committee of Concern, or LEPOCO for short, went to Congressman Charlie Dent's office to talk about just that. The group wanted the congressman to co-sponsor a bill that would bring the troops home from Iraq in a matter of months. The group of 9 came here without an appointment, wanting to speak to Congressman Dent, but he never showed up.
We sat in, I would say, probably 4.5 hours.
At 5 p.m., the office closed. They were asked to leave, but refused.
Yes, it was important for us to make a statement in the names of the people that had died and are continuing to die.
Bethlehem police then arrested and charged the group with defiant trespass.
That if you go and you tell someone who has the means of stopping those bombs from blowing up men, women, and children, and in effect he through his staff says, well, I'm sorry, but it's 5 o'clock, so I guess they'll just have to keep falling.
Legislative Director for Congressman Dent, Pete Richards, says the congressman has heard the group's arguments before and responded to their concerns.
They came into our office unannounced and refused to leave. We had no choice but to get the Bethlehem police to assist us in getting them out.
Monday, the group's defense attorney asked the district judge twice to dismiss the charges. The judge refused, saying there's enough evidence to hold the case for court. In Bethlehem, Jocelyn Mose, 69 News.
Arrested for overstaying their welcome. 9 members of the Lehigh-Pocono Committee of Concern, or LEPOCO for short, went to Congressman Charlie Dent's office back in January to talk about the war in Iraq. They were asked to leave when the office closed at 5 p.m., but they refused. Bethlehem police then arrested and charged the group with defiant trespass.
Yes, it was important for us to make a statement in the names of the people that had died and are continuing to die.
He decided to come into our office unannounced, without permission, and sit in until after the close of business hours in order to attempt to make a point.
$5-6 million.
Today, the defense attorney asked the district judge twice to dismiss the charges. The judge refused, said there's enough evidence to hold the case for court.
Arrested for trespassing while protesting the war, a group of residents were sentenced in Lehigh County Court today.
But as TV 13's Stacey Sears tells us, the group is not letting a guilty verdict stop them from continuing their fight.
Peace now. 9 people were arrested last January for staging a sit-in at Congressman Charles Dent's office to protest the war in Iraq. They now call themselves the Dent 9, and today they were in court.
It was a very moving, powerful experience. I don't feel that we were really heard by the court. We were found guilty of the summary offense of trespass.
The protesters were initially facing up to 1 year in jail, but today were sentenced to 10 days community service or a $300 fine. After being sentenced in court today, the Dent 9 didn't waste any time. They joined a group of protesters to take a letter of peace to Senators Santorum and Specter's offices.
It's called a Declaration of Peace, Congressional Pledge, where we are asking that the Congress do its job and represent the will of the American people to establish a strategy and a comprehensive withdrawal plan from Iraq.
1,400 groups across the country are presenting the same declaration to elected officials, giving a deadline of September 21st to make a change.
There will be a press conference in front of the White House on September 21st, either celebrating that the Congress has done the right thing and created a plan, or protesting if they have not.
Even though he just got out of court, Robert Daniels, one of the Dent 9, was happy to join the group. He says his fight for peace is more important than worrying about another arrest.
What I am more afraid of is what happens to me if I don't do what I'm doing. Well, I don't know that I would be able to live with myself. Every day I wake up and I check an internet website, icasualties.org, and I get the number of American soldiers that have died.
Daniels wore today's number like a badge when the group entered the offices. Inside, they met with reps for both senators and were given a chance to voice their concerns. Congressional aides agreed to set up a time protesters can meet with both senators in the future. From Allentown, Stacey Sears, TV 13 News.
The Lehigh-Pocono Committee of Concern were at the office reading the names of troops who died in Iraq and refused to leave after the office closed. WFMZ's Jocelyn Mose has the story.
They went to Congressman Charlie Dent's office to talk about the war in Iraq. They stayed for 4.5 hours and were asked to leave when the office closed at 5 p.m. When they refused, Bethlehem police arrested and charged the 9 members of the Lehigh-Pocono Committee of Concern, or LEPOCO, with defiant trespass.
Only when they ignored a final warning from a police officer about a half an hour after posted closing time were they arrested for defiant trespass. And they were warned specifically that if they did not leave, they would be arrested.
At that point, faced with the arrest, we felt that it would be a stronger statement to stay and continue reading the names of the Iraqi and American dead.
Today, a Lehigh County judge found the group members guilty and ordered them to pay a fine plus court costs.
Well, I feel the judge did what he felt he was, needed to do. I appreciate the fact that we brought it to this level.
Congressman Dent is elected to represent more than 600,000 people. 10 people hijacking his office, regardless of their intentions, is not democracy, and it is a crime.
After the trial, the peace activists went to the offices of Senators Santorum and Specter to deliver the Declaration of Peace pledge that asks for a rapid plan for peace in Iraq. Jocelyn Mose, 69 News.